Hello, and welcome to the Oxygen Podcast, navigating life and breaking the chains of self doubt, limiting belief, and really anything that has you stuck in life. I was going to share about energy today, and I will on another podcast, but I feel I share what's relevant in my life and maybe the struggles that I have, some of you can relate to. I don't know about you, but getting onto this podcast has been quite a journey today. Does that ever happen to you? You have this idea you want to get one thing done, and that one thing that would have taken 10 minutes, the program doesn't work, or maybe it's you're on a diet plan and that's not going your way, or whatever your struggle is right now. That's normal and natural when you're doing anything great. So, why am I sharing this? Because a lot of times, and I know this has happened to me when I am in the middle of a project or I am setting a new goal and I want to get something done. If it doesn't go smoothly, there's this tendency to just walk away from the project. I really just wanted to walk away from even making this podcast tonight because there were so many obstacles to be here. The podcast itself, the format wasn't working. I finally got that working after 45 minutes, and my husband comes home and I love him to death. He brought beautiful flowers but he wants to do his thing, and it's not going to work with him and the dogs and me trying to show up, and there's all these factors, and I'm sure some of you can relate. I mean, moms and dads, I can imagine what life is when you're trying to do things and you get distracted and maybe you're starting a new business and nothing is going your way and you want to give up. I'm here as a reminder, don't give up. Don't ever give up. Those obstacles, those opportunities, those challenges, those are all a part of the story. They're all a part of the journey. And yes, a lot of them may be uncomfortable and they may be difficult, but that is what gets you to the next level of your life. And that is what navigating life is all about. I think for me, knowing that challenges and obstacles are opportunities has given me this freedom to show up and keep showing up messy in life sometimes. Not everything we do is going to be perfect and beautiful. And if it was, first of all, how would you even know? When I do something, I'm always finding ways to improve. And that's just evolution. So I hope this share, although it was quite a journey just to be here with you, it was necessary. I want to you ever just want to throw your computer? I was really close to that. But what I remember is it's not about being perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I just want to enjoy the journey of life. Wherever you are on your journey, know you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Even if it's really in a struggle and you're having low energy and you feel like giving up, don't. I want to be the reminder to keep showing up. You are meant for that dream that you believe in. You are meant to live your best life. You're meant to feel good and to live good. And so now I can talk about energy. I love keeping these podcasts 10, 20 minutes max because we're living life and life gets busy. So my share today is if you're in the struggle of whatever you're doing, know that's part of your story and that you are to share your story. It was a struggle to get here and be with you today, not because of anything but technology and all the things, right? Life, dogs, husbands. It's really warm here. I mean, those are all factors that play in. It's not supposed to be a pretty package that we show up in. Would it be nice? Yeah. And sometimes it is a pretty package. But I'm here today to remind you that if you're in that low level energy of your business, of your goals, of your dreams, or maybe it's just even getting laundry done, I want you to take a deep breath with me. A full breath in through your nose and sigh it out. And just allow that moment to just be and let go of whatever is coming up for you. Now, if you are in that low energy or that state of frustration, there are things that you can do. Number one is just having awareness that you are in that low level energy, or like me, that I was getting frustrated and I wanted to walk away, but I had that awareness and I knew it was just another opportunity. And honestly, it's an opportunity to share with you, to let you know you're not alone. We all struggle. We all have, and my struggle might not be a struggle for somebody else, and your struggle might be more, but it's not about who struggles the most or who struggles the less. It's about that we all have struggles. And recognizing when we're in that mindset of struggling, of defeat, of desperation, of anxiety, just having that awareness. That's number one. If you can stop and recognize that you're in that state of not feeling your best. That's number one. The second thing that you can do is move that emotion, move that energy. So, all emotions are stored energy in our body. And so, what's happening is we're having a thought in our mind, which is creating an emotion, a feeling in our body. And that is giving us the state of being that we're in, whether it's anxiety or low level frustration, whatever it is. So, number one, have an awareness when you are in that energy, that energetic state that doesn't feel good, like me prior to this podcast. Number two, once you have that awareness, move that emotion through your body. And how do you do that? You get up, you walk around, you jump around. Sometimes I crank up the music and I have a dance party with myself. Whatever it is, sit up tall, bring your crown of the head up towards the ceiling, really lengthen your body and just allow that movement, allow the energy to start to flow. Number two, notice what you're thinking. Whatever you are thinking is causing you to feel the way that you do. I think for me, that was the biggest game changer, knowing that my thoughts were creating how I felt. And I was in that dark, deep, self sabotaging journey for so long. And now being on the other side, not that I don't go back there from time to time, but I have that number one, right? That awareness, knowing that I have gone there. Number two, I move my body. And then number three, I notice what I'm thinking about and I change the narrative. I change the story in my head. When I can change the story in my head, I can change how I feel in my body. So just having this conversation with you has already shifted my energy. I'm sitting up tall, I'm smiling, I'm feeling good because I'm making that energetic shift. I'm not focusing on the frustration, I'm just focusing on connecting with you. And then the last thing, the language that we use. When my husband got home, I'm not going to lie, I told him I was frustrated and I told him about my frustration. So I kept my frustration alive. And then I said, you know what? He did buy plants, so I'm not going to lie. I walked outside and I took a look at the beautiful plants and I allowed myself to sit there and soak up that energy, soak up the colors, soak up the fact that they're beautiful, they're growing, they're going to be surrounding me, they are here. So I changed my energy, I changed my focus, and then I got on this podcast with you. And so had the awareness, right? I'm going to wrap it up right here real quick. Awareness of where you're at mentally, physically, energetically, and then changing that energy, moving that energy, getting up, moving around, the language that you're speaking. I am here connecting with you, and that always makes me feel good, always makes me feel happy. When I'm being in service, being for others, I'm not about myself. And so there's that shift in the focus, shift in my language. So I leave you with 4 top tips today. Number one, have an awareness just where you are in life, where you are in your minds, where you are in your body. Number two, move your body, move the energy, get up, move around, go for a walk, put your feet in the sand, put your feet in the grass. Number three, just notice what you're focusing on and changing the focus, focusing on, like me, instead of getting frustrated, I focused on the flowers. And then number four, your language. What are you speaking? Are you speaking of frustration? Or are you speaking of gratitude and appreciation? I want to leave you with this. I call it work because we're always working on ourselves. I know I am always working on ourselves. This work, the mental work of living our best life, is not always easy. It's necessary. And what it does when you do the work of having that awareness of catching your thoughts, the language, you can start to change the story of your life. And those moments, just like I was in frustration for not even 5 minutes, 45 minutes trying to get it to work, but was I frustrated that whole time? No. So that smaller time of being frustrated, whereas I would have normally been frustrated, given up on the project, and just probably put it away for a couple weeks, if I'm being honest. In doing this work, I had the ability, the awareness to know where I was, to make the shifts in my energy, my language, and my body. I hope this is a helpful video for you. If it is, share with your friend. My mission, my goal at the end of the day is to be happy and live a good life. And that's what I want for you. I want everyone to feel good and live good. And that is my mission and my goal at the end of the day. And if that's something that you're interested, please share this video. Connect with me on social media, Oxygen, Mind, Body. My website is oxygen.life. I have a lot of free events coming up that I'm super excited to share with you. I have some courses coming up and I'll talk about those. But my next event is May 21st, and that's going to be a free event that really dives into the mindset of you're getting old, right? So I'll talk about that more throughout the week. Again, connect with me. I'd love to hear your story, share in the comments, and let's really stay connected as we create our best lives. I'll see you soon.